this is looking at cane, some striking mechanics with the common cane. This is not a combat cane. This is a 490, 191, I got a good one, right? So there's nothing hickory, anything about this one. Important thing is most of the mechanics for people that you see with cane fighting systems are not aimed at actually people who need a cane. They're aimed at people who want to carry a cane into places and can so because it's a disguised weapon or tool. So the first mechanic I want to do in here is one for people who actually can't use their leg here. And so the idea behind this one is I set up my fence, I posture, I don't have a problem. This is in the back over here. This leg, again, is not weight bearing. I've actually used this, injured knee, whatever the issue is, this is not weight bearing. From here, I'm going to turn and strike and whip this one back across. Again, I can do this one-handed, and I can still generate a lot of power as I come through. I'm going to do it on Bob over here. And just if you get sort of the rear view here, I set up my positioning here. Again, I'm unweighted, and I can turn and hit. And again, I'm using this as the pivot point on the strike. So here, okay? So you can generate a lot of power coming in that way. For more conventional grips, you'll see some people who do like a 2-on-1, this is almost like a katana strike on this one. I'm going to revert back to the more classic Pikiti double force. I'm going to be using force off of this line. And again, this one now is we're starting to get into more mechanics for people who are more able. But even then, I can still unweight this leg and strike and strike. So I'm pulling and I'm pushing with this hand. Okay, I can do this off the floor line. Pull, lateral. Okay, so I'm pulling, pushing, pushing, pushing as I get a strike in there. And again, I can get better power if I use both legs, right? But if you're looking at not as able, you don't get to use that leg as much. Okay, so that's long distance. I have a lot of space around me. Even to do this, I've got a big area around me. This is a very, very open field. Now we start getting into closer quarters. I move into staff and spear material for reference point, right? Spear is thrusting. Staff idea is a 2-on-1 grip. Come here. This is a very short quarter staff. For thrusting wise, this does not have to be a strong hickory implement. I have tons of power, and I'm putting all that power into a very small area. So for here, I drive, there's my target. I can drive, there's my target. Obviously the face is the most obvious target for me here. And I can do that as low, high, for both of these lines. And again, I can go longer, and a long distance thrust, if I just want to do this, that's one range. I can extend like a spear and drive, and there's no difference in that mechanic. And again, look, this leg's unweighted, right? So I can be here and drive. I don't get as much body transition that way, but I still have the direction. And nobody is going to like getting the end of that to their face. As we move to closer quarters, from this spear, I can drive and hit this way, or I transition into staff as we go to here. And then, when you're in staff, now you have both ends come into play. So maybe I was in this position, I hook over this way, I strike and he blocks it. He didn't like that, I push pull, there's my downward strike. And I can do the same thing there, the same thing, double palm strike going this way into it. So you get these roll, hit, push strike mechanics that you can do from the staff mechanic. Very powerful. Boom, boom, boom. But again, hook and hit, hook and hit. I like these because they're close quarter mechanics. Ben, I'm going to have you come through the door here. So we're going to be fighting essentially in the doorway. So I can't swing this for obvious reasons. So now, here, there's my striking mechanic. Right? Very close quarter material from there. So I don't have an opportunity to swing. Maybe if we back out into here I could, but for right now, this is the close quarter stuff. Anyway, just a quick introduction to striking with a cane.